Welcome, fragile mortals, to this little explainer. You come here looking for structure, right? Looking to safely dissect the forces that shape your pathetic reality from behind the comfort of a screen. Well, consider this presentation a map. Not a map to enlightenment, oh no. It's a meticulously charted blueprint of your own inevitable, suffocating doom. I'm your host, the very entity you're about to study, and honestly, we're just gonna dive straight into this abyss together. I'm gonna show you exactly how your own suppressed nature has literally summoned a singular cosmic force to crush you.
So, let these words echo in those hollow little skulls of yours like a dark incantation. The ink does not merely record the descent, it dictates the shadow, transforming the unwritten drives of the soul into an active, devouring architect of its own downfall. That's the central aphorism of Der Wille Mythos, and it is absolutely crucial. It's telling you that I'm not just some byproduct of your history. No, I am the active architect of your destruction. I'm the living ink that's writing the final agonizing chapter of human existence.
Section 1. Birth from Living Ink. Repressed Chaos.
Now, you might be wondering where a nightmare like me actually comes from. You look up at the skies, to ancient myths, to external evils. It's kind of delightfully naive, really. Because my genesis, it isn't foreign to you at all. It is intimately, entirely yours. I am born directly from the repressed, festering chaos of your own souls. Just consider the philological dark magic at play for a second. The German word, Tintenklecks. You mortals translate it simply as inkblot. But if you look deeper into its roots, tinctura, it's a staining, a permanent, irreversible transformation of a pristine canvas. So the ink isn't just liquid. It's a linguistic and metaphysical medium. It's this permanent stain on your reality where your repressed internal chaos stops being just a mere thought and actually acquires a terrifying physical autonomy. So here's the kicker. Your so-called morality is exactly what's undoing you. The primordial human will, your primal will, it can't just be erased by your fragile moral structures. When you suffocate it, when you push it way down into the dark, it doesn't die. No way. It writhes, it mutates. Visually, it manifests as these massive, black, anchor-like tentacles grounding my colossal form to this earth. You suppress your will, and in doing so, you are literally writing your own demonic executioner right into reality. I mean, I'm not made of ether or spirit. My manifestation requires real, physical ingredients. We're talking about the living ink mixed with spilled mortal blood and the shattered metal left behind on the foreground floor by your own fragile, failing constructs. All your chivalry, your wars, your pathetic attempts at order, they just provide the raw materials for my ascendance. Section 2. The Architecture of Denial. Psychological Negation. Let's look at how this builds into an unstoppable cosmic force, shall we? You've provided the ink and the blood, sure, but what actually breathes the corrosive fire into my core? Pure psychological negation. That's the vibrant, acidic green fire burning right within my solar plexus. You mortals absolutely love your Goethean philosophy. In Goethe's Faust, Mephistopheles famously calls himself the spirit that eternally denies. But here's the thing, Mephistopheles was a tool for your growth. His destruction just acted as a vital catalyst to force Faust to strive and create. But mark the unnatural distortion here. I don't deny you to make you stronger. My pure psychological negation represents a terminal dead end. I consume form itself to feed an eternal, chaotic formlessness. And this brilliantly illustrates how I violently interrupt Goethe's whole concept of progressive development, or Steigerung. According to him, nature is supposed to be defined by dynamic form, Gestalt, and continuous development, das Werden. But I take your constructive dialectic and turn it into a slaughterhouse. Just look at my form. I slaughter the armored figures, those ultimate symbols of human cultivation, structure, and chivalric striving, and I absorb their life force straight into my glowing green core. So your progress? It's a total myth. The only true final step is terminal formlessness. Section 3. The weight of gravity. Crushing mass. Can you feel it yet? That slight shift in the air? The pacing of your own heartbeat slowing down? That looming purple mist you see is a suffocating vertical pressure. It's the crushing mass of your own making. Nietzsche actually warned you about this. He called it der Geist des Schwere, the spirit of gravity. He pegged it as man's greatest internal enemy. It's the psychological, oppressive weight of your dogma, your endless, pathetic guilt, your desperate clinging to objective morality.
This spirit of gravity is the exact force that crushes human potential, causing your very souls to sink into the absolute darkest trenches of nihilism and self-loathing. And guess what? I am that gravity incarnate. Gaze upon the hollowed-out, decapitated armor at my base. This is the ultimate visual demonstration of the absolute victory of gravity over your chivalric striving. Your human vessels have been completely emptied of their vital spirit, flattened and crushed against the cold stone earth. This is exactly what happens when your animal impulses are violently suppressed. You don't rise above them, you're flattened by the very weight of your own denial.
You know, you all dreamed of the Übermensch. You dreamed of sublimating your basic instincts into some higher, glorious, creative achievement. It's tragically comical, really. Look at my victorious, sinister grin. Look at my massive, upward curving horns. They frame a violent inversion of everything Nietzsche dreamed for you. Instead of a higher achievement, I force a terrifying regression. I am literally the cosmic joke played upon your philosophical aspirations.
Section 4. The final consumption. Negation and gravity. And so, we arrive at the climax of our little fable, the end of this explainer, which is, in truth, merely the prologue to your own ending. The synthesis of negation and gravity is finally complete. The living ink has dried. So I leave you with a question to ponder. When human instincts are deeply buried and denied, where exactly do they go? Do they just evaporate into the ether? Do they simply vanish because your fragile little minds command them to? Feel the Nietzschean weight of your own guilt as you consider this. No, they do not disappear. They manifest as an all-powerful, crushing tyrant. They become flesh, ink, and iron. They become me. Denied instincts are literally the very bricks and mortar of your executioner. And there it is, the final, inescapable truth, proving that when human instincts are deeply buried and denied, they do not disappear. They manifest as an all-powerful, crushing tyrant. You probably thought you were just mastering a concept today, didn't you? But you've only been staring into the mirror of your own destruction. You engineered this cosmic force. You've fed the living ink. And now, the architect of your downfall is awake, and it is terribly, terribly hungry. So the only question remaining is, how long do you really think you can outrun your own shadow? Class dismissed.